Thank you, Katya. All right, let's take a look at what's going on outside right now. Downtown Corpus Christi. Doesn't it look pretty? 83 degrees after a hot day. We hit 90 again today officially. East winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. So if you have plans this evening, it should be picture perfect. As far as what's going on around the rest of the area, we're still seeing some mid 80s all the way from Orange Grove back towards George West, Beeville as well. Mid to upper 80s. Matter of fact, 90 still in Falfurrias. And then low 80s right along the coast from Rockport to Port A and the Naval Air Station. Feels a little warmer than that with the humidity. And as we go through the evening, and especially, man, overnight and early mornings is when that humidity is really kind of jumping on us. As far as what's going on with the radar, not much happening. What is left out there is starting to fall apart very quickly, and it's well off the water. So I don't anticipate any issues with any kind of rain this evening or even overnight. Now, tomorrow in the morning, we may see 1 or 2 spotty showers around, and that's really kind of the story for really the rest of the week, but really spotty. All right, so the weather story and how this affects you here over the next few days is going to be, we are going to stay above normal with our temperatures. Average highs about 84. We're going to be near 90 for most of the rest of the work week. So those above normal temperatures are going to continue, and of course the humidity stays with us as well. The other deal is we actually have some changes that aren't too far off. The first one, not so much, but the second one is looking good. There'll be a couple of cold fronts. We're going to call the first one a cool front because it's going to come in Friday night, and it's going to knock the temperatures down about 5 or 6 degrees. But it should dry us out a little bit, and then the humidity rises once again by Sunday, Monday, and then we'll have that second front come in. That second front, right now, it's still a ways out, so we're still watching that. I don't want to go crazy about it, but it is looking like it could drop our temperatures back into the 70s for highs, at least as we go into Tuesday and probably Wednesday as well. So here's the upper levels. And again, this is the upper level flow where you see the oranges, that's the warmer temperatures. Where you see the blues, that's the colder temperatures. You see the timeline as we go through the week. See these little dips right here, this little dip here is what we call a trough. That's what brings the fronts on through. There's going to be several of them kind of rippling through the atmosphere over the next few days. The cold air, though, stays to the north. Then as we get into Friday night, we get the first little front, doesn't do a whole lot, but it's that second front. We get the cold air starting to push down. You see the blue coming down a little further, and it's going to continue to drop. And that is going to be the front that really changes the weather for us somewhat, but the weather across the midsections of the country, a lot. Now, we're already getting some snow from Winnipeg in Canada to Minneapolis and moving in towards Chicago later on tonight. So we're already starting to see some of that cooler air, but it's even going to be more pronounced as we get into next week. So as far as what's going on for the next few days for us then, not much change as I mentioned. A few spot showers to start the day tomorrow for your morning commute. For the drive home, should be fine, no issues. Again, on the humid side, we're going to repeat the same thing on Thursday and then the same thing into Friday before we start to see those changes. So here's what I'm talking about. 7-day forecast, an isolated spot shower around, highs in the upper 80s, and then that first front cools us off a little bit by Saturday. That second front, hopefully a whole lot more with some rain as we start the early part of next week. Katya.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Mike. Let's